The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Health Department has reported a downtrend in average daily COVID-19 cases. Let's get the details from Jen Calimon, who joins us live from Malabon. Hi, Jen. Where is the country at right now in terms of the COVID-19 situation?
Hi, Sean. Our average COVID-19 daily cases this week is 21% lower compared to last week. So currently, our average COVID cases per day is 385 cases per day. Our national positivity rate also went down from 2.7% last week to 2.1% this week. Also, all regions' positivity rate is also less than 5%. Although, Sean, there is a slight increase in the positivity rate in CAR from 1.6%, it went up to 1.7%, which is still below 5%. So there is not much to really worry about. Sean?
All right, well, that's very, very good to hear. Now moving on to vaccinations. Jen, how far along are we in terms of vaccination? Since you mentioned that the COVID-19 cases are a little bit lower, maybe people are not so interested in getting vaccinated anymore.
Well, Sean, as of March 28, 73.02% or 65.7 million of the target population have completed their primary series, while 78.82% have received their first dose. Also, Sean, 77.87% of the targeted adolescent population age 12 to 17 and 5.82% of children aged 5 to 11 are now fully vaccinated. So to expand our vaccination program, the DOH shall be conducting a special vaccination days in Cebu provinces, Cotabato, and Davao region on March 29 until March 31, and in BARM on March 30 and April 1. Sean?
All right, in terms of booster doses, Jen, what does the government plan to bump up the booster coverage here in the country?
Well, currently, Sean, only 11.8 million Filipinos have received their booster shots out of the over 44 million target eligible population. So we are left with 32 to 33 million Filipinos who have yet to receive their booster shots. Now, for its part, the DOH has intensified their information dissemination campaign about the benefits of having booster shots. They keep on reminding everyone that the primary series effectiveness wane over time. And so we really need booster shots for added layer of protection. Also, Sean, the DOH, with the help of LGUs, are conducting vaccine rollouts in workplaces, schools, malls, churches, and other public spaces to give access for those who are still unvaccinated. Sean?
All right, very, very good to hear on those initiatives. But Jen, are there any updates on those sectors getting their fourth doses of COVID-19 vaccines already at this time?
Well, Sean, the approval of the inoculation of fourth dose is still underway for our vulnerable population, meaning the senior citizens and the persons with comorbidities. So we are still awaiting for an EUA amendment coming from the Food and Drug Administration, as well as the guidelines from the DOH. Sean?
All right, I understand, Jen, that the average daily COVID-19 cases in the Philippines is about 389 per day, right? At least as of today, March 27. What is the DOH's projection for April in terms of daily cases?
Well, Sean, according to the assumptions of the Department of Health, if we will continue with our current compliance to the minimum public health standards and vaccination rollout, the daily or the average daily cases in the country might reach 70 cases per day by April 30. But if the compliance to MPHS decreased by 20%, the projection is that we will have national daily cases of 670 cases per day. But again, Sean, these are just assumptions. Anything may happen in the future, and there are other factors that might contribute to the uptick or further or future surges. So we just have to remain careful and vigilant. Sean?
All right, so certain events could, trigger more cases. For example, right now, Jen, there are over 3,000 evacuees from the Taal eruption over the weekend. Did the DOH issue any reminders or have they observed any uptick in cases in those evacuation areas, for example?
Well, Sean, the DOH have not yet observed any uptick of cases in evacuation areas in Taal or near Taal, but they gave reminders for those who are in evacuation centers to strictly follow health protocols, and as much as possible, Sean, they must maintain physical distancing, and also do not forget to wear their mask while in an evacuation center to prevent the transmission of the virus. Sean?
Right, thank you so much for all those updates. Jen Kalimon joining us live from Malabon. Bongbong Marcos's former party, Nacionalista, is endorsing his and Sara Duterte's bids for the upcoming national elections. In a statement, the Nacionalista Party said the tandem has the platforms and qualifications to lead the country. Party President Manny Villar says they also support the tandem's message of unity. Marcos Jr. was a member of Nacionalista before jumping ship to Partido Federal last year. Villar's son, Public Works Secretary Mark Villar, is running for senator under the Marcos Duterte slate. Meanwhile, more and more officials are pushing for a Robredo-Sara tandem. Dale De Vera with the rest of the details.
Despite the warm Mindanao welcome given to presidential bet Ferdinand Marcos Jr., the growing push for a Robredo-Sara or Rosa tandem seemed to be a thorn in their campaign. This after several Mindanaoan officials endorsed the Rosa tandem over the weekend. Marcos Jr. remained mum on the issue, although recent surveys show a strong vote base for the tandem in Mindanao. But his running mate Mayor Sara Duterte said that while she is thankful for the support, she will continue to campaign for her partner. This week, the Marcos Duterte tandem is set to go around Mindanao. They already began in General Santos City, where Marcos Jr. had a courtesy call with Mayor Ronel Rivera. Rivera is a member of PDP Laban, but is yet to formally endorse a presidential candidate. From Jensan, the unity team went to Polomolok in South Cotabato, a known bailiwick of Marcos Jr.'s Partido Federal ng Pilipinas. PFP's President Jun Tamayo is also the province's governor. Also present during the rally in Polomolok was Davao City mayoral candidate Baste Duterte.
Hindi pa natin alam, but there are signs na nakita natin na PDP Laban nag-release na ng statement na they're supporting BBM. So I hope the President will express his support.
And despite heavy rains, Marcos Jr.'s campaign rally in Coronadal pushed through with thousands attending the event. The unity team also campaigned in North Cotabato, Maguindanao, and Sultan Kudarat. Recall that Maguindanao was one of the areas that Marcos Jr. chose to be included in the recount for his 2016 electoral protest. For News 5, Dale De Vera, We're One News.
We're going to pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us here on One News. are still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Let's check out the latest on collegiate men's basketball. The Adamson University Falcons cruised past the UE Red Warriors 82-65. Jerome Lestimosa led the Falcons with 14 points in 13 minutes, while Keith Zaldivar had 11. With this, Adamson grabs its first win of the season, while UE falls 0-2. The Ateneo Blue Eagles continue their winning streak after beating the FEU Tamaraws 79-70. FEU tried to come back from a double-digit deficit in the fourth, but fell short. This is Ateneo's second win this season. And here's a quick look at today's other top stories. The NDRRMC reports that over 3,700 residents have evacuated after the Taal volcano's eruption over the weekend. The agency says there are still some individuals in high-risk areas who refuse to leave their homes, but the NDRRMC has assured that no one is staying at the Taal Volcano Island, which is considered a permanent danger zone. The Justice Department will prioritize vote-buying complaints as part of the government's interagency task force, Kontra Bigay. A composite team will also be formed to handle vote-buying concerns. Actor Will Smith has apologized to comedian Chris Rock after the slapping incident at the Oscars. In a statement, Smith said that his behavior at the ceremony was unacceptable and inexcusable. He also apologized to the Academy, as well as the producers of the show and its attendees. And for more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News Live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.